Hello everyone, this is Seoul, Korea. I am Hanna. I am going to recite according to Mark chapter 15. Very early in the morning, the chief priest with the elder, the teachers of the law, and the whole Sanhedrin reached a decision. They bound Jesus and led him away and handed him over to Pilate. "Are you the king of Jews?" asked Pilate. "Yes, it is as you say," as Jesus replied. The chief priest accused him of many things. So again Pilate asked him, "Aren't you going to answer? See how many things they are accusing you of." But Jesus still made no reply. So Pilate was amazed. Now it was the custom at the feast to release a prisoner whom the people requested. A man called Barabbas was in prison with the insurrectionists who had committed murder in the uprising. The crowds came up and asked Pilate for them what he usually did. Do you want me to release to you the King of Jews?" asked Pilate. Knowing it was out of envy that the chief priest handed Jesus over to him. But the chief priest stirred up the crowd to have Pilate release Barabbas instead. "What should I do then with the one you call the King of Jews?" asked Pilate. "Crucify him," they shouted. "Why? What crime has he committed?" But they shouted all the louder, "Crucify him!" Wanting to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them. He had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified. The soldier led him away into the place that is Praetorian. They called together the whole company of soldiers. And they put the purple robe on him and twisted together the crown of the throne and set it on him. And they began to call out to him, "Hail, the King of Jews!" And again and again they struck him on the head with a staff and spit on him. Falling on their knees, they paid homage to him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe and put his own clothes on him, and they led him out to crucify him. A certain man from Cyrene, Simon, the father of Alexander and Rufus, was passing on his way in from the country. They forced him to carry the cross. They brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. They offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him, dividing up his clothes. They cast lots to see what each would get. It was the third hour when they crucified him. The written notice of the charge against him, the King of the Jews. They crucified two robbers with him, one on his right and one on his left. Those who passing by heard insult at him, shaking their heads and saying, "So you who are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days. Come down from the cross and save yourself. In the same way, the chief priests and the teachers of the law mocked him among themselves. He saved others, they said, but he can't save himself. Come down now from the cross that we may see and believe. Those who crucified him, those crucified with him were those who crucified with him heaped insult on him. At the sixth hour, darkness came over the whole land until the 9th hour. And the 9th hour, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? Then some of those standing near heard this. Listen, he is calling Elijah. A certain man filled a sponge with wine vinegar, put it on a stick, and offered it to Jesus to drink. Leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes, take him down, he said. With loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom, and when the centurion who stood in front of Jesus heard his cry and saw how he died, he said, "Surely this man is the Son of God." Some women were watching from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James the younger, and of Salome, and of Joseph and Salome. In Galilee, these women had followed him and cared for his needs. Many others women who came up with him to Jerusalem were also there. It was preparation day, that is the day before the Sabbath, so as the evening approached. Joseph of Arimathea, the prominent member of the council who was waiting for the kingdom of God, went boldly to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Pilate was surprised to hear that he was already dead. And when Pilate learned from the centurion that it was so, he gave the body to Joseph. So Joseph brought some linen clothes, take down the body, wrapped it in a linen, and placed it in a tomb cut out of rock. Then he rolled the stone against the entrance of the tombs, and Mary Magdalene and the Mary, mother of the Joseph, saw where he was laid. Thank you.